Aye, alright, man. You just finish your beer. You just sit there, microphone out of hand, tanning your beer. Like, we're not here to actually do a thing. So disrespectful.
My cues are still all off. I just don't know when I'm meant to be talking because I can't see the timer.
Yeah, I suppose. But you can't see me hitting the button to say it.
You know, I've got to count to 13. What if something I've got to say is...
Count to 13?
Yeah.
It's 10 seconds, man.
Yeah, but the music doesn't actually start until the 13th second.
Oh, because of the build-up?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, the music's technically started, right? Shh. You got a little 10 seconds of silence and then...
Just sit here and say nothing for 10 seconds.
It's a great podcast.
Welcome to Dead Air, friends.
Nice.
Thank you. This is episode what?
81.
81?
81.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
81 episodes of this fucking stupid podcast. This is nuts.
But guess what? It looks professional now.
It only took 81 episodes. We've been doing this for over a year and a half.
Oh yeah, like well over. Like I was actually looking back at like when we started recording the video.
Yeah.
And it was like last summer that we started recording the videos. So we'd been doing it for a while before we even started doing actual video pods as well.
You remember we were just doing it like I was in my house, you were in your house,
mm-hmm.
and it was awkward. I haven't gone back and listened to those episodes because
why?
They must be so shite.
I mean, they're not amazing.
Because it's just me and you, just like,
waiting for the next person to speak.
Oh, there's a lag. But
it was also like, I don't know. We actually like tried to do things and like plan things and actually like make an effort. And now it's just like we hit record,
see what happens.
Because I used to have like a notepad file on my phone. That was...
I do as well. I've got loads of stuff on there I've not spoken about.
Why the fuck not, dude?
Because we get into a conversation, I'm like, I'll leave that for next week.
How long have they been sitting there for, though? They've just been sitting there for like months and months and months.
There's some that's been there months. There's one that's just titled Fly on a Plane.
Would you know?
Yeah, so just like when we were on holiday in June, a flag was on the plane, and I was like, do you think that came with us? Or do you think... it got on here? Like, is that foreign fly? Or is that, like, a British fly on its holidays?
It's just there with his family. You know,
it's got his bags in the hold.
Yeah, dude. I think that's, like, how, like, pure outbreaks of, like, fucking malaria and shit have happened. It's just, like, a fly has got onto a plane.
Probably.
And then it's just, like, went to the next place and just went, hi-ya! And just fucked everyone up after that.
Shanna brought a centipede home with her.
What?
She didn't mean it.
She put it in a wee man's box.
Yeah, it was in a running shoe because she took her running stuff with her. She just left it.
Stanking ass shoes. There's
bugs are in it.
Fucking moist, dude.
But she left them outside.
Like an asshole.
Yeah, and the centipede got in.
And then just fucking stayed there.
She like put her foot in the shoe when we got home. She's like, oh, what's that? And then she like took her foot out and just turned it upside down. She was like, I knew there was a fucking bug in here.
I would have fucking freaked out, dude.
Centipede as well, so many legs.
Centipedes, like, I'm not a massive fan of bugs, right?
Is anyone?
Yeah.
Some people.
Like, actual bug people, like bug scientists, whatever they're called. Bugologists.
Bugologists.
Bugologists, is that what it's called? Insectologists. Those people love them, but like bugs in general, like, unless it's like, there's some of them that I like ladybirds.
I like a butterfly.
That is an insect. I'm like, is that an insect?
Little flutterbies.
It's got wings.
Love them.
So do all of them.
Do you know they only live for a day?
Butterflies?
Yeah.
What?
They only live for a day.
Surely
What's
not.
the fucking point? They go through all that turmoil of being an ugly little caterpillar, and then they stay in a cocoon for months, and then die within 24 hours.
Is it months? I thought it was only like 2 weeks.
I don't fucking know. I'm not an insectologist.
I'm basing all of my information about caterpillars and butterflies on The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
To be fair, you've read that more recently than I have. So
I could recite you that entire fucking book right now. Like,
please don't.
I love it. I loved it when I was a kid as well. This was like the best. Like that's actually been a really fun thing I've enjoyed about being a parent is reliving all the shit I liked as a child. So like the books that I liked as a kid and the TV shows is that I liked as a kid. Not that my kids actually like any of the TV shows, which makes me real mad.
What kind of stuff you showed them?
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Nice.
They were like yeah, but they wouldn't go back to it.
You ever show them Biker Mice from Mars?
No, I didn't watch that.
What?
Didn't watch Baker Mice.
That shit was amazing.
What show was that on? Or what channel was that on?
I think it was on ITV or Channel 4 or something back
Oh,
in the
really?
day. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I loved that shit. I used to have all the action figures. They were hand-me-downs.
Nice.
Yeah, hand-me-downs from my big cousin.
Nice.
So it was probably on before I was actually born.
Some of the best fucking like toys that you get though. Just like already used, like fucking
them.
half broken action men and shit.
I used to have so many like soldiers, like army men.
Yeah, dude. What was that?
Why was that a thing?
I have no idea. Not one person who played with army soldiers is now in the army.
No, we're all scared of it. We're all fucking
Like
lefties.
because we stood
We're
on them.
lefty liberals. Like,
Aye, we stood on them too many times. We're like,
Ow,
that's
that
so
hurts.
painful.
yeah, he's got a gun. He's shooting someone. He could die.
That has definitely been a thing that I've pure enjoyed about being like a parent, is going through the things that I enjoyed, but then just like having my heart broken. It's like it's bittersweet because I have my heart broken when they go, yeah, just like nah, kid.
I can't
this
think.
shit was popping when I was wee.
I
Like
can't
Looney Tunes.
Oh, I love Looney Tunes. I used to have it was Duck Rogers.
Mhm.
It was like Looney Tunes, like Duck Rogers VHS.
Mhm.
Pure wore it out, man. I used to watch it every night before bed.
So warped.
Yeah. Oh, I love Tom and Jerry still.
Tom and Jerry. Max starting to get into Tom and Jerry a bit, which is fucking awesome.
On like my like chipped fire stick thing that I've got. My totally legitimate, not illegal in the slightest, haven't sent money to a random stranger on the internet fire stick. It has like 24-hour channels, like it just like plays shit over and over again.
Yeah.
And
I know how 24-hour channels work, man.
anyway, and it has a Tom and Jerry one, and it's pure banging. Like I just like stick it on. I'm like,
I've always remembered the one where Jerry freezes the kitchen over. He turns the tap on.
yeah,
and then, like,
turns the
opens
thermostat down, you know.
opens the freezer, and the whole kitchen turns into like a giant ice rink. That one stuck with me like my entire life. Like that shit was.
It's always the
popping.
one with like the dog in it. I can remember the dog's called. Was it Bruiser or something?
There was something like that, or like fucking Butch.
Butch. I think it was Butch.
Might have been Butch.
And like just always like little shite bag Jerry getting like the Doug. It's like it's just the most predictable shit.
Yeah.
You know, like the mouse is being chased by the cat. The mouse will be friends with the dog. The dog will chase the cat. You're like okay.
We watched it every time it was on.
Oh, absolutely.
Every single.
I liked it as well because it didn't have any words in it. It was just all music, and like I like that. I like listening to like the different orchestra, and I like the way that they use different instruments to like introduce new characters.
Yeah,
I love that. Like that Andy Schaaf record that I love that came out in like 2020, Neon Skyline. Like that does the same thing. Like the whole album is a story about a group of friends who drink at a bar and the relationships within the friend group.
Mhm.
And like I don't know, there's like a song, I can't remember what it's called, Try Again or something, like, and it has like clarinet when one certain person is mentioned, and then every time they're mentioned you kind of hear a wee bit of
just
clarinet in the
loops
background.
back in.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
really
interesting,
fucking
man.
cool. I
Yeah.
love that shit.
That is really.
I think Tom and Jerry definitely opened my eyes to how fun music could be. 'Cause I think it was like the first time I actually like sat down and noticed music. You know, I obviously always knew what music was, but it was the first time I was like, oh, that's doing a thing.
That's making it like the music is telling the story here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasia. Fucking love that shit.
Never saw Fantasia.
What?
Was that the Mickey Mouse one?
Yeah.
Never saw it. I wasn't really
Amazing.
a like Mickey Mouse person.
Me neither. And I'm like still not a Mickey Mouse person really, but Fantasia is
The poppin'. Is that not the one that's like super trippy?
yeah.
Like if you were like
Yeah, I can imagine it.
took an edible
like,
and watched it, you'd be fucking freaking out.
yeah, just sat with like some mushies, just like what's going
You do need to
on?
question what those people were taking when they did that. Like the classic one is always like, what was the person who created Mario taking when he created Mario?
Yeah,
Because it's just like
Mushies.
this is a guy chasing mushrooms. Each mushroom gives him a different power, essentially.
and he has to kill some mushrooms that are bad.
Mm-hmm. And then he has to fight a big giant ass like fucking turtle thing with orange hair.
Is he a turtle or is he a dragon? I don't know what he is.
I don't think he's a dragon because he's got a shell.
But not blow fire.
But he's just a fire breathing turtle.
Oh, because that makes sense.
Yeah, dude.
So does the plumber fighting mushrooms, I guess.
Did you watch the trailer for like the Mario film?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Captain. I'm stoked. Like,
it's just not Mario's voice, though, is it?
Like, it's like, hey, what's going on here? Just like my guy, like the guy who does the Mario voice and has done since the like original Mario voice was used is still alive and still does it. Just have him do the film.
Why do you not okay with that?
He still does it. Like, there's like a new Mario game coming out like this year or next year, some point soon, and it's him that's doing the voice in that. So he's still doing.
So instead, they've gone for the money.
They've went for the more white guy. I mean, like, I don't know. Actually, the guy who does Mario is really white.
But Italians are white as well. It's fine.
Yeah, they've just went for like the high profile white.
Yeah, the high profile white, not the guy that can do an actual weird American Italian accent white. So stupid. So stupid. No one cares if you're white, you know?
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want about that guy right now, and not one person would give a fuck. It's just how it is. Just how... And you know what? Good. I'm happy. I'm happy it's like that. Fuck honkies. Honkies are the worst. Honkies are the reason we live in this mess.
Yeah. We have done it to us all.
Done it to us all. One day we're going to be old and white, and then I'm going to hate myself even more. Because right now I hate the old whites. The old whites are the worst.
But the old whites are a completely different generation.
Yeah, but then we will grow up and there will be another generation after us.
But
maybe the things that we believe in will turn us, will in like, I don't know, 40 years' time, be shitty.
I suppose. But you can't get like the good old whites.
Like Leslie Jordan, R.I.P.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, like the old, like, super eccentric gay guy? He's in like American Horror Story, stuff like that.
Right, okay.
He passed away last week,
okay.
Or like this week.
Uh-huh.
His videos, like, through lockdown, like, pure got me, like, buzzed.
Oh, really?
He's just him having his breakfast. And just, like, talking shit while he was doing it, you know? Which I quite like.
It was just a little bit of stability.
Yeah, it's just daft. It was nice, but he died. I don't know why. Just old.
Don't know why. Nobody chooses to do it. Like, it's
don't
just
know
like,
why.
Well, some people do. But, no, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm not bothered about being like an old white guy. As long as I'm still like, I don't know, I just don't want to be like an asshole old white guy. I'm already a bit.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I'm wondering, like, if the things that we stand for nowadays, when we are old, are going to be considered the bad things. You know?
I suppose.
I like to think that we're fairly, like, normal human beings with somewhat liberal, like, forward-thinking, open-minded views.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But the thing is like, did you have the same views you do now, like 10, 15 years ago? Like, I can say openly, no. Like, no, because I didn't really have views. I didn't really care about things that much. So, like, if you're open to changing what your views are through your entire life and not just being like, I think that's a lot of the problem with, like, older generations is they've been, like, fed so much shit their entire life through, like, newspapers and stuff.
Yeah.
And they've just, like, that's what they've got so used to and they've stuck with it, and then they've not kind of tried to learn anything or tried to understand anything else.
Yeah.
So if you yourself are more like, no, actually, let me learn about this thing. Let me go and speak to somebody about that to get more information rather than just going, nah, I don't understand it, don't want anything to do with it. Then you are going to be an ignorant old bastard.
I think if you asked me 15 years ago if I believed in the things that I believe in now, I would probably say I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, do you think gay people should be able to get married? I don't fucking care. Like,
yeah.
But I think in my head, I'm being like, that is a normal thing in my mind. I'm just like, yeah, of course, why not? Who gives a fuck? Like,
yeah.
I think I've been quite lucky to grow up in a household where that is a normal thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, parents have never really had weird views.
Yeah.
Pretty sound. Thank you for that. But like, I don't know. It's just weird thinking about getting older like that. Like,
yeah.
I was talking today about pensions,
Who?
I was talking to someone who works in a university, and like some people go on strike in the university through over pensions.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Geez, I don't have a pension. I don't fucking know like what to do with that." You know, I've got a state pension that obviously some of your national insurance and that goes into, but I don't fucking know what I'm doing. But I started thinking like about like this, like, God, what am I going to be like when I'm older? Because I already feel old. You know, I feel grumpy. I feel like already at 30 years old. Mm-hmm. What am I going to be like in 30 more years? You know?
I've got a funny feeling you're just going to be the same.
I'm probably going to be the same.
I think you're going to like dress the same. You're going to be the same. Like you're just going to have the same sensibilities. I think you found like a really nice version of yourself. But that's a very biased opinion because any version of you, I will be madly, deeply in love with. Doesn't really matter what you do.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I've got you.
You, not so much. No, kid, I'll love you forever, no matter what. Just don't be an asshole. Don't be any more of an asshole than you already are.
I've tried, I promise.
I had someone in today, like, who's young, a student. Or he was
younger
a student.
Than us.
He was a student. He's just recently graduated and he's moved to London.
Right.
And like, I like him a lot. I think he's a really like cool kid. Mm-hmm. But he's got this real issue with things just being cool. You know, like,
what?
So he moved to London for some fucking job. I don't know what it was. And he came back up, like, he's here for the weekend. He thought, right, I'll pop in and get a trim while I'm here, which is cool, always.
Yeah.
But, he was talking about his job, like, is he feeling settled in London? Like, you got everything going on that you want? And he's like, yeah, you know, it's all right. It's been a bit of a blur. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? He was like, oh, well, they sent me to New York for 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, fucking sick, man. That's so cool. Like, they sent you to New York.
Yeah. Put
you up in a fancy hotel. Yeah, put me up in a hotel. Give me expenses. Like, and I'll say that. He just turned 22. So he's like, I can now, like, legally drink over there. And, like, you know, it's kind of okay. And I was like, kind of okay. You got a free trip to London and you got paid to be there.
New York.
Yeah, sorry, New York.
What the fuck? I'd be going to, like, every single pizza joint that I've ever seen.
Well, that's what he was kind of saying.
I mean?
He was like, oh, you know, it's just not as cool as you think it is. And I was like, yes, it fucking is. Like, it is. Sorry, but I've never been to New York, and I think that's hella cool. I think it's so cool that you got to go there. It's like, but I didn't really get that much free time. And I was like, when did you finish work over there? At like 4 o'clock every day? I was like, when did you start work? 10 o'clock? Like, did you have weekends? He's like, yeah, we had like Sunday,
So you worked
Monday.
6 hours a day in New York, where it's literally called the city that never sleeps. So you've literally always got something to go and do.
Yeah, and he was just like,
what time of day?
He's just kind of like, yeah, you know. I was like, yeah, I do know. That's fucking cool. Like, what are you talking about? And then he went to see Bon Iver, like, last night in London.
Right, okay.
And, like, the big man, Justin, brought out Tay-Tay, fucking Taylor Swift.
No way.
Yeah, and they sang that song, Exile, like, together.
That's fire.
That's nuts. And he was like, yeah, it was pretty okay. And I was like, what do you mean pretty okay? That's fucking nuts. She probably, like, made her carbon footprint way bigger just to get a private jet to London just so she could sing one song.
He's just like, it was cool, man.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, I can get that. Just like, man, just be stoked about some things.
Yeah, like, it's not cool to not think things are cool. Be excited. Life is too fucking short to pretend that you're like, okay, it's what it is.
It's like, nah, shit is really cool. You know me, man. Like, I get stoked over the most like simple shit.
Yes, me too.
Because it's just like, why wouldn't you? Like, if I'm excited about it, I'm going to be fucking excited. You know?
Yeah, I don't understand that fake kind of like, yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just a bit over it. Just like,
what?
Nah, dude, like
you're over going to New York for free?
Like, please. Like, I'll go in your place.
The thing is, he is a cool kid. Like, if I was like 22 and I was everything that he was, I'd be like, yo, my life's okay. You know, like, he's young, he's handsome, he's blonde. Like, he went to the gym loads, so he looks fucking class.
Yeah.
He's wearing flares and these cool boots that he probably got from Cos, and I was like, you look incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
Yeah, let's live for Stoke. Live by the Stoke, live for the Stoke.
Live for the Stoke.
That's all I'm here for. I just want to be stoked about things. I don't want to get too many more lines on my forehead because I'm frowning.
I started to see my wrinkles come in.
Yeah, I'm like, my forehead is like, it's quite Gordon Ramsay-ish.
It's not too bad.
Like,
it's only when you do that.
Which I don't do a lot. Because I'm
Yes.
not exactly like surprised by much. Like, hey,
I
bro.
like mine's is there, yeah. I get mine around about here.
Oh, like what's that called? The crow's feet.
Crow's feet.
But
Is
that's
that, is that
something like-
laughter lines? Or just scowling?
Maybe that's what it... Oh, scowling. Aye, that's what it is for you, man. Or maybe that's just what it is. Like, I'm getting wrinkles because, like, I laugh a lot. I just like to go outside and laugh a
You
lot.
just live, laugh, love.
Definitely, I'm the fucking old white guy now. Holy
You are the old white guy.
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, I don't really give a shit.
No, you don't. And that's
like-
why I love you.
Because, like, me and Emma sometimes, like, it's probably quite an intimate thing that probably shouldn't share, but sometimes me and Emma will just, like, brush each other's hair. Because it's, like, quite soothing.
That's cute. I love that.
And every time that we do it, she's like, oh my God, you're just so great. And I'm like, I know. And I do not give a fuck.
Yeah, but that's just called being in love. Sorry to break that to you right now.
What?
That you're just like, yeah, this is nice. Why not?
No, she's talking about my grey hair. She's talking about the hair in my head.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said you're so great. And I was like, yeah, if you brush my hair, I'd probably think you're great as well.
No, when she's brushing mine, she's saying that I'm just like
Great as fuck.
silver all over.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't know, man.
I mean,
Unfazed. See, if
You're
I was to,
getting
like, as a professional, see if I was to, like, cut my hair off,
mhm.
would it be more prominently, like, silver?
Depends what's underneath.
I think it's more silver underneath.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'm not cutting your hair off.
I think that would be dope, though.
If you grew it back instantly.
Just push it out like Play-Doh. I would to 100. If I was going to cut my hair, I would let it grow again, like 100%. I can't be a guy with short hair because I don't know what to do. That's the great thing about having long hair. I don't need to do anything with it. See, if I had short hair, I'd feel like I would need to, like, style it or some shit. But I can't do that. I can't pull that off. Can you imagine me with an actual shaven head? Have
Yeah.
you ever seen me?
Yes. Remember you shaved your head when we first started the band?
That's true. I did shave my head quite a lot,
Yeah.
actually. I don't know, man. I don't
It'd
think
be
I would,
weird.
like... if I cut it, I would definitely grow it back.
Especially if it came back like proper white.
That would be so dope.
Be just like Jay Mascis. It'd be amazing.
It's so dope.
God.
I just need, like, push out, like, the bottom half of my hair now. Like, down here.
Oh, that's like the bottom half of your hair. What? Surely if you just grow the top out, the bottom will grow too. I was so confused.
I need, like, get better facial hair. So see if I had, like, good facial hair and then, like, fucking silver hair. Honestly, I'd love myself even more than I already do.
It'd be weird seeing you if you could grow proper facial hair. Do you shave on the regular? Like,
Oh, do I fuck? I shave, like, every 6 weeks.
try shaving every day. Just see what happens. Just try it. Because
so
that's like
much work, dude. I don't even shave it every day. You think I'm going to shave every day?
because that's like the old wives' tale, isn't it? Oh, you shave it and it'll grow back thicker.
But that's not real, though, is it? That's not an actual thing.
I don't know. That's what I mean. Like,
You're a fucking barber, bro. You should.
I don't know how to
this.
cut it. I don't know how it fucking grows. Don't start. I'm not a scientist.
I have seen those things that you can get, like, these pure bullshit, like, snake oil salesmen that sell you, like, these, like, pin rollers that you can, like, do on your face and shit because it's to, like, open the fucking follicles or whatever. To,
I
like,
bet
make
it just
hair.
feels nice. Like just rolling that over your face.
It's just like, you know, the fucking
ah.
spurs in the back of a cowboy boot. Like, you're just fucking rolling that up and down the side of your face.
They'll sell you it on the internet now.
Oh, it's great. I fucking love it so much, man.
I'd love
Ads
to
are
buy some of
great.
them.
Huh?
Do you know I've been getting lots of ads for lately? It's like mobile phone games, and I'm a fucking sucker. So I download them all and I just sit and play these fucking dumbass games. There's one game, right, that you're a gun and you try to get to the finish line, and you just shoot the gun until you get to the finish line. You gotta kill guys in the meantime. It's real fucking crap. Like, it is actually the worst game ever. There's another one called Stunt Rails. Right. It's just like a guy with like a long pole that goes over these rails. That's it. Garbage. I'm so hooked on it though. I mean, go to bed at night, Shannon will be reading a book and I'm like, playing my game. I hate myself.
I think the only game I've got on my phone is fucking, is it Mahjong?
Mahjong?
It's the only thing I play.
You are old. That's nuts.
It's fire. It's like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like solitaire. Just with bricks instead of cards. It's just like a cooler shape. Because it comes in all different shapes. You know what I mean? One of them looked like a fucking MF Doom mask and I was stoked. It was meant to be a skull, but it definitely looked like an MF Doom mask and I was like, yo, that's fire.
Nice. Yeah, mobile games get me. And then when I'm playing the mobile game, I get like more ads for mobile games.
Yeah. And you just see that one, just like, oh, that looks nice.
That was fun. There's one called Crowd Evolution, which is honestly so garbage. You basically like you run through different gates and you like go through time, but then you've got to kill enemies with like your rudimentary fucking weapons.
Oh,
it's so pish, and it makes my phone overheat like so bad. But I just can't help it. It's just like
God,
if you're hooked on these games.
Well, I mean, at least yours is all just like on your phone. Like I go home and just like immediately turn on my PS5 and sit and play the same games over and over again. Just finish all the Arkham games again.
I do miss playing like the video games with yous. I just haven't done it.
Just get a better console.
Oh, yeah, let me just fucking get a better console.
Your console is fucking dog shit. I can hear it through your microphone.
That doesn't surprise me. It heats the entire house. Like I don't have to put the heating on. Just stick the PlayStation on for 10 minutes. Get we heat in here, eh?
I'm kind of torn because now that we're talking about like video games, I'm kind of torn. Like I'm really, really sleepy because I had to stay out quite late last night while I was working, just finishing off a project and shit. So I'm really sleepy just now. But the new Modern Warfare multiplayer launches at midnight tonight. And I'm so tempted to stay up for it just to play a couple of games before I go to bed.
It's almost the weekend, man. Just do it then. I know you have children, which means you don't really get time to yourself. But
I mean, I can still get a couple of reps in, like at night. You know, like I don't complain about how much like time I get. Like,
no, I know you don't, and
like,
so is you're very selfless that way. But I would just be tired.
Like I'm very, very sleepy, but I'm also like it's only midnight, man. I can have like one or two games because it's not Warzone, so it's not like a pure half-hour game. It's like multiplayer. You're playing like fucking 10 minutes.
I suppose.
So it's not that bad because Warzone 2 isn't out until like middle of November.
So I've got like till the middle of November to get a PS5 so that I can actually play it and be part of it.
Yeah, Warzone 2 will be free as well, so you don't need to buy it. I had to buy this one because it's multiplayer. And it's like comes with the actual campaign and all that shit, and I'm a fucking loser, and I was like, I'm going to buy it.
It looks nice.
I don't know.
They wander around Amsterdam in a bit.
Oh, really? Like on the game? Like in the campaign?
Yeah.
Fire. I asked Sam about it. I was like, is it good? And he was like, yeah. I was like, thanks, man. Like, he was trying to keep it to himself because our homie Sam does have a podcast about games. So he's probably keeping it to himself to be like, no, I will explain all on my podcast. Just like,
I'm not going to listen to that. Can you just fucking tell me what it is? Like, I've really tried with Sammy's podcast. I love him so much. But I just don't know anything about video games and it doesn't really interest me.
Yeah, it's just way over your head, man.
Yeah, it's so over my head. I see if he talks about mobile games. Yo, hello. I'm in. You want to talk about stunt rails?
Ask them to do a fucking special episode where you just come on and talk about mobile games. That'd be fucking... I'd listen to that episode. Telling you right now.
Me too, probably.
But I don't know, man. Do I? Don't I? I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'll see how I am at like 10:30. If at 10:30 I'm like, I've still got some juice, I'll probably stay up. If not, fuck it.
I just can't go to sleep after I play them. I'm too hopped up on adrenaline.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wired.
So, like, whenever we used to play, like, Warzone, I would then have to just sit for a while. I put some nice music on, I just chill. I'm like, that sucked. I'm so bad at this game. But I just, like, because, like, the I get taken by surprise by people, like, shooting me. It's, like, the only objective of the game.
Yeah.
I would just be, like, terrified for the rest of the night, so.
But Warzone 2 is going to be very different, actually. Because, like, the thing with Warzone, like, it is very, like, high octane, but it's because of, like, all the fucking movement and stuff, you know, the cunts just, like, sliding about and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that in Warzone 2. Like, they've got rid of, like, the sliding and, like, the big, like, it's the bunny hopping, I think it's called, where you, like, jump and shoot at the same time and all that stuff. Like, they've got rid of all that stuff, so it's going to be, like, a lot slower pace, so it's not going to be as, like, fuck! Like,
until people start complaining about it, and then they put it back in instantly.
No, well, they can because it's not been developed. It's a completely different game that's been like, it's nothing. It looks nothing like the original Warzone. Like, it's completely different.
That's pretty wild.
Like, I'm proper looking forward to it. I think it'll be hella fun because it's like learning a new game again. I guess don't about it.
I suppose.
You know what I mean? And if like the homies jump on as well, even better.
Even better.
Even fucking better. Do you want to play last?
Dun Jones. I don't think we actually did the proper intro, by the way, just FYI.
Do you want to do it now?
What, at the end?
Half an hour in?
No.
I'm Kate Jefferson.
That'd be so stupid. Okay, so
We didn't talk about any of your notes. Again.
do you want to have a quick run through? See what we've got.
We did do Fly on a Plane.
Yeah, I wrote down Morecambe and Wise and Jekyll and Hyde. Hilarious. It's when Shanna was. Got this one here, just Fly on a Plane, toilet locks. I've spoken about toilet locks on this before, and why they don't need to be different on every cubicle.
Yeah. Toilet locks.
Toilet locks. I've got one here that just says headphone mask glasses guy.
I feel like you might have talked about that guy, actually.
Yeah, I feel like I have. Just like, I think I was like, his ears are working overtime or something. Like,
yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah. What else have I got on here? This is hilarious. Nah. That's definitely not a... This is definitely not a Dead End Friends one. It's just a shopping list. It's just like, drain on blocker, plug-in refill. The most boring
Plug-in
shit.
refill?
Yeah, you like Glade plugins, like air freshener.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like an actual regular home.
I've got one about Bob Bain from Bishop Briggs, who was the guy that kept getting like mistaken for Bible John so often that the policeman had to write him a special note.
I remember. It was like, I think we actually, we talked about that on Bible John, didn't we? We talked about he'd had like the fucking, like the card like in the Joker. I have a special condition, I love Bible John.
Got Love at First Sight Australia written down.
What the fuck is that? Actually, you know what? No, don't tell me. I feel like it's going to make me mad.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah,
that's us. We're all out of material. I'm afraid this is going to be our last ever episode. Gary's notes
I've gone through all of my my notes.
There's literally nothing else in the world to talk about, so I'm glad you joined us on this journey.
I've just got one. It's written down, just says Star Wars stripper. I'm assuming that was for Stammy's stag too.
Oh, we missed the boat with that one, man. We went axe throwing instead.
Baby cucumber is one that I've got written down.
Baby cucumber. I do like a little cucumber.
I think I was trying to make
little snack cucumbers.
I think I was trying to make my own pickles. I think that's what that was.
Oh, how would you do that? Is it just that and like vinegar or some shit?
You'd get like water, you'd get some salt, you'd get some different spices like dill and mustard seed and pepper.
Is dill a fucking sauce?
No, it's not sauce. It's a herb.
It's a herb?
Yeah, and you just like heat it all up in a thing and then pour it into
a jar.
You can put vinegar in it as well.
Right.
I think you should put vinegar in it as well.
Right.
And then it just takes on like the flavour.
Just chuck in the cuke.
Yeah. Just put it in warm and then let it cool and then just leave it for as long as you do it. Burp it every now and then so that the gas doesn't like stay in the thing.
I'm sorry. I imagine you like picking up a jar like on your shoulder and just like patting it.
Come on, son. You'll be alright, yo. That's it. Get up. Bear out and in. Bear out and in.
A bit of spit up. Give me that. Over. I honestly thought that like dill pickle was like a type of pickle, but it's a seasoning. Dill is a seasoning.
Yeah, it's so like dill seasoned pickles.
But I thought it was like it grew as a dill pickle.
As a dill pickle.
But
no.
Are all pickles cucumbers?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like baby cucumbers. Or gherkins. I don't know if gherkins are a totally different thing.
Mine is fucking blown, dude. That's nuts. I don't know anything about food. Or bugs. Or anything. Anything at all. Okay.
Which is the tagline to this podcast.
Let's do the like. I know things about music, so let's do the podcast.
Playlist.
The playlist. Fuck. I'm fucking 1.5 beers deep and I can't talk. I swear to God, man.
My songs this week were all from the 70s, I believe.
I really, really liked your picks this week.
Thank you.
Like, really, really liked them.
So I texted you yesterday, like, you sent me a song to listen to, and I was like, nah. Straight up. I will listen to it another time, because right now, I'm listening to Bill Withers, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. I'm so tired from being at the gym. A fucking girl next to me on the fucking bus opened up a Tupperware full of couscous.
Oh.
Which smelled bussin'.
Was it flavored?
Yeah, it smelled amazing.
Dry ass couscous?
I had couscous for dinner.
Cuckoo.
I had couscous for dinner.
What, tonight?
Last night, because I was influenced.
Couscous is fucking dope. See if you get it right. Couscous is fire. It's so good.
So delicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put the song Who Is He, brackets, and What Is He to You from the album Still Bill by Bill Withers. The song is on an Uber Eats advert right now, and it's amazing. The Uber Eats advert is so good.
Well, the advert itself.
The advert itself is so good. Guy orders some food, puts on his little like jade stone bolo tie, and the song plays, and he dances downstairs. And then there's just like a lady at a desk doing her thing, looking at him, and he's not giving a fuck. And then the doorbell goes, and he goes, picks up your food. That's it. Amazing. Love that advert so fucking much. And this song is so good, man.
Yeah.
Like, the album is amazing. Like, I haven't listened to a lot of Bill Withers other than the hits, you know? So I put this album on, and it has most of the hits. So it's amazing. So it has, like, Who Is He, which I believe is one of the big hits. It's got Use Me. It's got Lean On Me on there as well. Like, bangers, you know? This came out in 1972 as well, which is...
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
What's that? 50 years? 50 years ago now?
Yeah. Good maths. The next song I put on is Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles. Guaranteed to make you lose your mind.
I love this song.
Oh, man, yeah. Me too. I love this album. It's amazing. Hotel California came out in 1976.
Yo. Is it Joe Walsh? Joe Walsh, is that the guy that was in the Eagles?
I believe so.
He looks like a puppet now. Have you seen him recently? Like that.
They all kind of look a bit like that. They all look a bit shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're old.
They lived a life, you know, and that's
all.
fine. Oh, they've got a cover of Last Resort by Papa Roach on here. Cool.
Fuck off.
No, they don't. It's just...
Imagine.
They just have a song called Last Resort.
Imagine. Cut my life into pieces.
I bet they would do it so good as well.
It would have some beautiful fucking harmonies in there, dude.
It really... But it's just a good song, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I like the Eagles. The Eagles are fucking sick.
Yeah.
The next song I put on is What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers. Which is...
What a banger.
Unreal. That man's voice shouldn't be coming out of his body. Doesn't make any sense. Like, it's on Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously.
Is it?
Yeah. And like, you just like moan cunts down driving in a car. You're like, I did do something so long ago. And I'm just like, yep. Mowing you down. Not giving a fuck. It just makes me laugh. Like, it's perfect. It's a perfect song. It's a song that I often put on in work when I'm like flagging.
Oh, really? Just
yeah,
like, I need to pick me up.
Go on, pick me up. Stick this on. The next song I put on is Reeling in the Years by Steely Dan from Can't Buy a Thrill, which is from 1972 also.
Honestly, such a banger, man. Oh.
Steely Dan are just...
Steely Dan
they just are. You know?
Like, they're one of those bands I feel like, maybe just like in the UK, they were always quite like unsung. I think like, they didn't really hit like the kind of hype and
everybody's dad loved them, you know.
Yeah, but fuck me, some of Steely Dan's songs are so good.
And like 3 of the biggest songs are on this album.
Yeah.
Do It Again, Dirty Work, and Reeling in the Years. It was a toss up between the 3 of those songs.
Oh, the natural reverb in this room is beautiful, dude.
It's nice.
Did you feel that? I felt it too.
The last song that I put on is Right Down the Line by Jerry Rafferty, which also came out in the 70s. 1978.
I didn't know that one.
You didn't know that one?
I don't really listen to Jerry Rafferty. I think my dad's a Jerry Rafferty fan.
Most people's dads are Jerry Rafferty fans. But everyone knows Baker Street, you know?
Oh, is that a Jerry Rafferty song?
Yeah.
That song is
So it's on the same album.
Do you know the Foo Fighters did a cover of Baker Street?
Did they?
And it's dope.
I can imagine it would be.
It's really good. It was like a B-side on one of their albums. Like, I can't remember what album it was, but it's so good, man.
But I just like all these songs. I've been listening to a playlist in the house that's like pure chill. It's called like 70s Road Trip. Oh, I've just realised I thought I put a song on this playlist and I don't know what I did with the song now. Oh, that's so annoying.
Save it for next week.
I'll save it for next week, but it is a banger. I had a joke that went along with it and everything.
Oh, you fucked it, dude.
But yeah, they're all on this like 70s playlist, and it's the Bill Withers one isn't. There is Bill Withers songs on there, obviously, but it's just like such a chilled out playlist. I love it. Like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Like, what cool? Like you listen to Jefferson Starship. Who cares? Like, life's okay. Like, there's a Robert Palmer song on that playlist called "Pushing Sally Down the Alley," and I'm just like,
Robert.
That is not one of your better titles.
Is that the one with like? Is Robert Palmer the one with like the pure weird video?
Addicted to Love.
Is that with like all the women like
dressed like him playing
like
bass,
dancing around behind him and stuff?
Yeah.
That video creeps me out, man.
It's a good song though.
It is a good song, but it really freaks me out.
But yeah, they're all on that playlist, and it's been like my go-to like cooking playlist.
Oh really?
Yeah, just like making dinner, just like vibing. So much George Harrison on it as well. It's class.
Oh really?
It's a good time.
That's fire. I didn't really have much of a theme or anything. Mine are all over the place. So the first song I put on is "Instant Crush" by Daft Punk, featuring Julian Casablancas.
I don't think I've ever heard this song before.
So this is off their the last album they ever did. I can't just look. I was like, "What's the name of it?" I can't just look.
Random Access Memories.
That's the one. It's so good. I'm gonna be real. They brought out that one song with Pharrell and was like, "I don't need to listen to the rest of the album now because that one's a banger."
Why would you?
Like, it's a banger. Don't need to listen to the rest of the album. And I maybe a week or two ago was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to that album. I just feel like it because I like Daft Punk. I've only ever really properly listened to like Discovery because that's peak Daft Punk, one of the best fucking albums ever written. So I'm just gonna give it a shot. Holy fuck, that album is amazing, like amazing. But this song is so good because like they're doing like the classic Daft Punk thing of like putting a voice through like a vocoder, but it's Julian Casablancas who is the main songwriter and singer for The Strokes. So it's not the kind like you would think of a Strokes song and you think of like you know?
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. Like you wouldn't actually, unless you looked and saw that it says Julian Casablancas, you wouldn't think it's him.
That's cool.
Which I really like. And there's actually a bit in this. I think the reason I like this song so much is actually a bit in this song where I can almost hear it on like a Citizen song. Just like the melody that it hits, I'm like, I can actually hear the guy from Citizen doing that same melody. It's really fucking good, dude.
I hate the boner you have for that band.
Why?
I don't know.
Let me be stoked. Live by the Stoke, live for the Stoke. Get fucked, bud. So the next song I put on is by a band called Spectral Wound.
Fucking, of course it is. You just put on Daft Punk. You just be fucking normal. Just put something else on. Spectral. What does that even mean?
Spectral is like it's like
a wee injured ghost.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm revoking the Stoke.
The song is called Frigid and Spellbound.
Just right for a second, like they're all sitting in a practice room, and he goes, "I think I've got a name for the song." What is it? What is it?
Frigid and Spellbound.
Nah. Someone in that band must have gone. Sorry, it's not for. Do you know who it was? It was just like, don't feel it. The drummer. Instantly the drummer.
But tell me that fucking cover is not one of the coolest things you've ever seen.
I mean, that is pretty fucking cool. Frigid and Spellbound.
So this is like, I guess it's like black metal? I still don't know my genres very well.
We are in black metal season. This is the time to be listening to black metal.
That's true.
Except from today when it was really fucking warm. We had the door open at work today.
That was horrible. Like, I didn't realise how warm it was because naturally I was working at home and didn't go outside at all for the entire day. Mm-hmm. So I walked over here from my home wearing a hoodie and a jacket.
Absolutely sweating.
I was fucking minging by the time I got here because I was just all water underneath the material. Like, I feel so fucking gross, dude.
Gross.
Anyway, Spectral Wound, that album is fucking fire. It's called A Diabolic Thirst.
I love black metal, but the fucking names suck.
I'm telling you, you would like that album.
I know I probably would, but I'm not going to listen to it.
Okay, you would love it. Right? I'm telling you right now, Spectral Wound. The next song I put on is from the new Loyal Corner album. It's called Georgetown.
I love this song. I listened to that album. Like, you send me albums all the time. I never listen to them.
Yeah.
You sent me that one. I was like, yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Because it lined up perfectly with my lunchtime. I was just like, now is the time.
And it's so short as well. It's only like half an hour long.
Yeah, 36 minutes. Nuts. Make more albums like that.
Thank you, please. Because it was like, I actually saw a tweet that fucking Eurodrug retweeted like today or yesterday.
Yeah.
He has an album coming out tomorrow.
Probably. The
And
cunt's got an album out every 3 weeks at this point.
Yeah, and it was like, what was it he said? It was like, y'all always hating when I'll only bring out a 7-track. Watch me bring out a 6-track next time. And then somebody retweeted it just being like, 30-minute album better than like over an hour.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I couldn't relate to that anymore if I tried.
If I see anything over like 42 minutes, I'm like, oh, that's going to be a slog to get through.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it. That would need to be a multiple sitting. I will listen to half of the album just now, and I'll maybe go back to it in a couple hours and listen to the rest. First time I listened to the new Kendrick Lamar album, I listened to the first half. Came back a couple hours later, listened to the second half. It's too long.
If I can't get it out on my commute to work, it's too long. Sorry. The only time I listen to music I want to listen to.
But this song, Georgetown, is so, so good. It opens with like a spoken word piece. And it's just, like the beat that comes in after it is just so good. Like, I actually, like, because I get interested sometimes in going, like, do a nosy and just, like, looked up Loyal Corner. And, you know, his first official gig was opening in Dublin for MF Doom.
What?
That was his first, like, official gig. Obviously, like, official will mean he actually played a proper show rather than, like, playing a pub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
That was his first, like,
that's
official
really cool.
show was opening for MF Doom in Dublin.
That Georgetown song, is that the second song on the album? I have only listened to it once.
It's near the start.
I think the second song on the album has this like crazy jazzy beat on it, and that is actually incredible.
Yeah.
For that to be the second song on your album is hard.
Yeah.
The lyrical content of the entire album was, I think he was really going through some like identity stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not because of what he feels, but maybe because of what other people feel about him.
Yeah.
Nuts.
And I think he recently like lost his father. I think it was his stepfather.
Right, okay.
I think he recently lost him, so he's definitely going through a lot of like, because he's got a kid of his own.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going through a kind of crisis of like being a father, but then having to relate to the father
because
he had, kind of thing.
There's a lyric on the album. It's like, how can I hate my father? If I hate my father, I got to hate myself or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oof, that's.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that like I really like Loyal Corner stuff for that reason, because like most of the kind of hip hop scene in the UK is very much like pigeonholed a lot to like garage and grime and all that kind of shit. Whereas when you find like a proper introspective artist like that, like you've got like Little Sims and you've got Loyal Corner, like you have these artists that are just like they're not so far removed. Like they obviously have a lot of respect and a lot of like adoration for that type of music, but
they're part of the scene without adding to the scene. You know, it's the same with like Dave and stuff as well. You know, like Dave obviously has like a more classically grime voice. You know, because he really like amps up the London in him. You know, and like that's cool, but it doesn't really do anything for me. But his storytelling is nuts,
insane.
Like, and the way that he uses certain instruments is just mad. You know, but I still can't. It's too close to the bit that I don't like. Yeah. Whereas like Loyal Corner, like the samples, the beats, like the music.
Yeah. It feels very like Madlib. Like you can tell that a lot of like that style of beat making, like Madlib and like Jay Dilla, like that's all been so heavily
You could
influenced.
stick another rapper over the top of it and it would make perfect sense. Yeah. You know, like I think that's why I quite like it. It feels a bit more accessible because I feel like UK hip hop can be quite abrasive and like, oh god, this is a tough listen, you know. It's like same Scottish rap. Like Scottish rap is so tough to listen to at times. Like the stuff that I remember from when I was like 18 that I loved, and now I go back and I try and listen to any of it, and I'm just like, it's just not there for me anymore. And I think that's where I sit with a lot of grime stuff. It's just like,
I maybe like further down the line.
Yeah,
you just like, because it was like with any type of music that you like get into, like I'm very recently somehow getting into black metal, and I've always just like fucking palmed it off because it was shit. But like black metal to me was, but maybe that's the thing. Black metal to me was like Cradle of Filth, like shit, like dog shit. I wouldn't
the stuff that you like saw in the mainstream, I guess.
Exactly, that's because that was accessible. But then you find the other artists like Spectral Wound, who aren't on fucking Kerrang or on Scuzz. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to find them other than like actually trolling through and being like, oh, do you know what I mean? So maybe that's the thing, is like our exposure to that type of music is purely just through what we've heard on the radio, what we've seen on TV, and you're just a bit like, meh, because it's just like the mainstream shit, and that's what's going to sell and make money and have loads of streams. But then you find an artist that's not as big because of X, Y, and Z, and you go, that's fucking banging.
Yeah, that clicks.
Yeah.
I like that, I guess.
And that could be like your way in, you know, and just be like, actually, this is fucking fire. You know? That's the thing. Like, all music is good if you have the right frame of mind.
Ish.
I think that is very relevant. Stuff that I listened to 10 years ago and absolutely adored, it was because of the frame of mind that I was in.
Yeah, that's
listen to it now, I'd be like, nostalgia. I wouldn't listen to it now.
Yeah.
It's frame of mind, you know?
I get it.
Anyway, next song I put on is Congratulations by Post Malone.
I was kind of surprised by this, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, cool, well.
As a buyer.
I
love that album. What was it called? Stoney. So good. I love that album. I thought it was fucking great. It has a song with Justin Bieber on it that's just like beautiful.
I don't mind him. Like, I genuinely don't mind him. I'm just like, cool, whatever. Like, I think he seems like a really sweet person.
He does, actually. He seems like a very nice guy. That, like, I've not really listened to any other stuff he's ever done. I really like that album. Was just like, that's cool, and then just kind of went.
There's been a couple of hardcore bands that like tell stories about how like they were looking for a place to stay, and they're like, oh, my homie's got a place, and they send them an address, and like they just got sent to like Post Malone's mansion.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Jesus Piece and stuff like that. Like,
no way.
Yeah, they all stayed at his house because he's just like whatever.
That's so sick. I actually saw that because I follow Power Trip on Instagram.
Yeah,
they were sharing on their stories because Post Malone was wearing a Power Trip shirt.
I'm pretty sure Power Trip were one of the bands that stayed at his house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so sick, man.
It's nuts.
I
miss
miss
so
Power
cool.
Trip so much, dude.
I know.
So much. R.I.P. Riley Gale. The last song I put on is Blush by Title Fight. So this is off of their, was it the Spring Songs EP? Which was like the last thing they did before their last album. So they did like a kind of 4-track EP. And this song like opens up the EP itself. And it's very similar to like because the last thing they did before that was that Floral Green album.
Yeah.
And it's dead similar, like the actual like songwriting and style is very similar to Floral Green. And Floral Green was where I like pure fell madly in love with Title Fight, because I was like,
oh, I know.
The other stuff was cool, like, but I feel like you maybe just you, or I was going to say you guys, but really just you, like you had listened to like Shed and stuff.
Shed was my favourite,
and I was just like,
and even like the album before that, I can't remember what it's called now. I only really liked the song "You're Yeah" on it because it just had like that sick 2-step part at the end. I mean, I say that was the only one I like. It's the only one that always stands out in my mind.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and then like Floral Green came out, and it was when I was hanging out with fucking TD, fucking Tam Duncanson.
Yeah.
And he was like mad for them. I was like, all right, man, all right, I'll fucking listen to it, whatever, man. And I was like, yo, what is this though?
It is a good album. Like I think Floral Green is actually the last album of theirs I listened to.
Oh, really?
I haven't listened to anything else. I heard the song Chlorine, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I thought it was good, but it didn't sound like it wasn't on Floral Green.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped caring, and then they disappeared. Because I remember they released this song, the music video for Floral Green, like through like Vogue.
Really?
Yeah, there was like a really weird moment in that band.
Yeah, like they just like went like this, and they just went, I can't really be bothered anymore.
It's not even that they can't be bothered; they just disappeared.
Yeah,
like no one knows what they're up to.
Well,
Apart from like Ned's like just doing these weird glitter thing. Like,
yeah, it's like karaoke.
it's karaoke.
It's fucking weird. But
Odd.
the drummer plays in Citizen.
Of course. Of course.
Somebody put up their Outbreak put up their show from Outbreak, and I've watched it like 4 times. So I'm just like, it's the drummer from Title Fight.
Anyway. This has been episode 81 of the Dead End Friends podcast.
Dead End Friends
podcast,
Yep.
where we were 2 dudes who knew nothing. We know even less. Thank you very much for listening to us. We'll speak to you next time. Thank you. Bye. We love you.
Bye.
I love you. Bye. I feel like go to the last theatre and my head just went, ooh, hello.